that is preferred. You deserve it, so don't be scared. It's hypnotic the way you move. Let me acknowledge the way.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports.
Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. A contest in the West will see if the Dallas Mavericks can please their home crowd. In this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs. They were dominated last year, not a good man before the game. Thanks so much, David. Steve is a player. What are the challenges of playing basketball early in a season?
I think getting your body used to the grind, getting your mind back used to the grind. I think those are the challenges. And depending if you brought in a lot of new faces, that could be a grind, but I think more importantly is just getting back into rhythm. Getting
in sync with yourself, but also getting in sync with your teammates.
Correct.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court for San Antonio, Aldridge and Kawhi Leonard, the two stars at the forward spots. Parker and Green are the guard set, and it's Gasol, and at the center filling out the middle.
And he needs to get himself under control here. That's 2 fouls in less than 60 seconds.
Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Danny Green.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Matthews. Uses the glass to drop it in.
Well, not the best look they can get, but at the end of the day, it's all about shot making.
The drive by Aldridge. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Here's Dallas. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, on the road, role players often have a harder time scoring. But on that night, it was just the opposite.
Barnes passes to Barea. Aldridge against Noel. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
There's the double team with Ginobili. Clock at 6. Barea kicks to Powell. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Powell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. So it's San Antonio now. It's a 5-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular, and with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
He smiles on these catch-and-shoot opportunities. Barnes very comfortable as a secondary scorer.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Powell kicks to Noel. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. And Nerlens Noel out of Kentucky, slender and mobile and long. And Greg, he can cover ground in a hurry.
Boy, and you can see it in his rate of steals to go along with the blocks. That quickness is a huge asset in today's game. It's all about versatility, both offensively and defensively.
And the Spurs making a change here. Anderson's checked in.
With authority, Pau Gasol turns up the aggressiveness. Always a good sign for this team.
Powell dishes to Noel. Barea kicks to Barnes. Powell with the screen from deep three-point range. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Here's Barea. The rebound by the Spurs.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Nailed from three-point land. Matthews has got 5 now.
And he is not shy about pulling the trigger from downtown. Matthews has the eye and the confidence from three-point range that you just love to see.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Mavericks.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Measury, he's checked in for Noel. Harris comes in for Dwight Powell. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Barnes kicks to Matthews. Out of hand on it. It's Anderson with the drive. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
The Spurs, a top 7 offensive team for the last 7 seasons. Their passing and perimeter shooting is what really sets them apart.
And he's good on the second. And the Spurs among the league's best in three-point shooting, but they really don't rely on that as some teams do.
You know, the Spurs can change it up. No, they embrace the mid-range a little bit more than the three-point shot right now. Kind of going against the grain in that way. They take shots other teams avoid, and they make it work for them.
Fires the 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. He's got 7.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Dallas has gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And right there, a little miscommunication on that pass.
Davis Bertans checks in for Anderson. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Mills passes to Laverne. Murray kicks to Bertans. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. That's good from Harris on the assist by Barnes.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Here's Farrell. He's covered by Murray. Farrell kicks to Barnes. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 2. Well, it's been a tight one. And Steve, in your playing days, you always struck that balance, I always thought, between calling your own number and creating for teammates. That's a real gift.
It is, and I think the value of playing winning basketball, Kevin, is whatever play dictates making your teammates better or making the winning play. I think a lot of guys right now get caught up in stats. Whatever's the play to help your team win, that's the play that needs to be made.
Yeah, well said. They've got Harris. Farrell is out there with Smith. Then there's Measuring, and it's Barnes in at the 4 slot. It's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Here's Bertanis. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Farrell passes to Barnes, and Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul. Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Spurs also with the sub. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for LeVert. Knocked away. Powell kicks to Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. The drive by Aldridge. That puts them in the lead.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
The Mavericks have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. Number 1, the Spurs.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
Nerlens Noel checks in for Salah Measure. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for San Antonio. Parker comes in for Patty Mills. Here's Barnes, and he makes that one. Barnes has got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
Pure hustle from Barnes in transition there. The way he runs the floor is a thing of beauty.
And it's Aldridge missing. Dallas has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And it's Smith missing. Spurs have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Dwight Powell played all 4 seasons at Stanford for the Cardinals. Still filling out his frame.
He is, and you know, the knock on Powell was that he wasn't tough enough to battle inside at this level. But guy is a worker, basically sleeping in the gym. And with his length and athleticism, he's starting to figure it out.
Matthews, he's checked in for Dallas. San Antonio also making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for Bertanis. And it's Ginobili in for Danny Green. Dallas making a switch here. Berea's checked in. Aldridge. And the rejection by Noel.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
There's a screen by Noel. Berea dishes to Matthews. Shot clock at 5. Powell with the screen. From deep. Matthews, no good.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Parker comes with the help. Dallas moving the ball around. And it's Matthews again missing.
Rough start to this game. Hits 1 bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that's his 3rd foul. The chance you take leaving him in with 2. Let's see if they'll sit him now until the half.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Saul comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Murray subbed in for Parker.
If the defense is going to keep giving him those shots, you know he has the confidence to knock them down.
Ginobili kicks to Gasol. And Ginobili, here we go. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And the Spurs lead by 3.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now Noel. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Here's Murray. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Berea, the pass to Noel. Barea kicks to Matthews. There's 14 seconds left to play in the first half. Right side Gasol. An easy 2 points on the layup. And now a 4-point Spurs lead.
May have been a foul. Anyway, Gasol absorbs the hit, was strong enough to finish through it.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's San Antonio. They lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the side.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime
Welcome
Show.
back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. They found their rhythm in the second quarter and have to be feeling good here at the break, holding on to that 4-point lead. That about wraps it up. Time.
The skyline of Dallas illuminating the night sky. To welcome you back to the Lone Star State. Spurs leading by 4. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. The defensive tandem of Green and Leonard outside. Aldridge is at the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot. And it's tonight. Barea with it. He's picked up by Parker. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. Every team hopes to have a player on this list. A quick update now on the top field goal percentage shooters in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard on top. 3rd is LaMarcus Aldridge.
You can't say enough about these two guys shooting this season. Both their percentages, just incredible stuff.
And every season we have the MVP conversation, Smitty. When you look forward over the next, let's say 5 to 10 years, who are the guys, the players you think will be regulars in that conversation?
I think the guys, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. Some other guys, I think Kawhi Leonard, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis. And as long as he plays, Kevin, LeBron James will always be in that conversation. It doesn't look like the end is coming in the next 5 or 10 years.
And the second free throw, good. San Antonio leading by 3. Parker kicks to Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
The veteran eyes see all. Frenchie with the tremendous look to make that play happen.
Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Barea against Parker. They get a hand on it, kicks it to Barnes, shoots a 3. Matthews with it. He's picked up by Parker. And the call will be against Tony Parker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul of the evening. He needs to be careful now. Pick and choose where to be aggressive.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Measury, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Harris comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Rudy Gay's checked in for San Antonio. Barnes with another miss.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
And what it looks like now, guys, their confidence is growing, and so is this lead.
But they can't just sit back and enjoy it. They need to keep up the momentum.
Smith kicks to Barnes. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul. That is his 1st foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Laverne, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Parker. Dallas again missing.
Really, a lack of focus coming out of the break. So far, they are 0 for 3.
And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects.
The Spurs making a switch here. Bertin is checked in. Mavericks trail by 7. Now here is Smith. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Mejri with it. Laverne on him. Mejri misses. And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
It's deflected. Outside, Green. Over Harris. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And Steve, Danny Green, an outstanding perimeter defender. He can lock down either wing spot so well.
Even has the quickness to stay with point guards, always in your jersey, and an outstanding shot blocker for a wing.
Free throw, no good for Green.
And though he's a physical, tough-minded individual, Danny Green's averaged less than 1 free throw attempt per game over his career. That's surprising.
And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut to just 9 points on the basket from Mejri. Here's Mills. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And last season, Patty Mills averaging the most assists of his. Career. In fact, he was the highest efficiency player rated on the Spurs.
You know what? He says becoming more of a leader has helped him grow as a playmaker. He's enjoying his new role.
Murray's checked in for San Antonio. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
There's a screen. Here's Barnes. The teardrop falls in. Barnes has got 11 points.
Barnes is just so well developed from anywhere on the floor.
And stolen by Noel. Inside, here's Harris. It's deflected. Here's Mejri. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Spurs leading by 6. Mills passes to Bertens. Misses from close range.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Barnes dishes to Noel. From 13 feet, it goes down. 6 points for him.
The assist there from Barnes. Over the years, he's got better and better making decisions with the ball in his hands.
In the corner, Smith with it. They get the rebound. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Noel. Matthews comes in for Harrison Barnes. J.J. Barea checked in for Harris. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Smith. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Laverne. Anderson comes in for Bertens. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. And it's Ginobili in for Patty Mills. I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
Second free throw, no good.
He wanted to get his team the lead, and even though he didn't, he should feel good. At least he tied it up.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Gasol with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Ginobili leading the charge. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Here's Farrell. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Outside Matthews. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Spurs lead by 2. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. A chance now to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team just moments ago.
Stay aggressive. You need about 8 or 9 of those.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. The Mavericks trailing. They've got J.J. Barea. Dwight Powell is out there with measurement. And it's Matthews. And it's Farrell. And at the point. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
No good from Gasol.
Ooh, that's the one when you watch the film back, he's going to cringe. He couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
And there's the call on Ginobili. That'll be his second foul of the game. Barea kicks to measuring. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got his 5th assist in this one. Feeds it to Gasol. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
As a center, this is what you're up against. Gasol well-schooled at scoring in traffic.
Outside Matthews. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Green, he's checked in for San Antonio. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Barea, the pass to Matthews. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. Barea, no good. San Antonio trailing here. Here's Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
At the rack. Heartless. Aldridge using his size, being aggressive.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to Farrell. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Barnes, who's checked in for the Mavericks. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Barea kicks to Barnes. Goes up to the stripe. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
Boy, he loves that mid-range jumper. Just fails to create enough room to operate.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
Mavericks trailed by 3. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Shots, gentlemen.
It's on Kawhi Leonard. That's good from Barnes. For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs. And they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note. And really, if not for the miss, they'd be sitting in a much better position.
Matthews dishes to Noel. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Unfortunately for him, the defense is slow to react, but he couldn't make them pay.
Green passes to Leonard. He feeds it to Aldridge. He kicks it to Green. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Leonard dishes to Gasol. Shot clock at 6. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Offensive rebound. Here's Matthews. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Free throw, good. Matthews. Rudy Gay's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. So he gets them both. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Parker kicks to Aldridge, and there's the feed to Green. Here's Gasol. That shot off. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Gasol with the steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Pass to Aldridge. Here's Parker. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 8 rebounds in this game. Matthews, no one around him, and he misses the go-ahead basket. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Dishes it to Aldridge, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker.
Oh my goodness, he's kicking himself. You know, that's a critical time to commit a turnover. No telling how that error will ultimately play out.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Matthews sets a screen for Smith. Noel, a screen on Green. Gay against Barnes. And it's Gasol with the rebound. And San Antonio shooting about 43% here in the 4th quarter. Green against Matthews. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
And how about the reaction time on D there? Almost comes up with the pick.
You know, these are the little plays that can add up when you look over the course of a game.
Parker kicks to Green. Back to Parker. 5 on the clock. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's foul number 2 for him.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Gay kicks to Green. Back to Gay. He dishes it to Aldridge. Shoots over Powell. And it's Aldridge missing.
Nice move inside. Has the defender beat. Just fails to finish.
What more can you ask for?
Phenomenal here in the clutch. This is what fans tune in to see.
Gasol. Money!
And Gasol is someone you turn to in these situations. Need a big basket, he's ready to go.
Dallas calls timeout. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Pau Gasol.
And his shooting percentage reflects just how efficient he's been. It's better than 50%, always a sign of a solid offensive performance. But his movement and his shot selection have also both been tremendous.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. Gay kicks to Parker. To the inside. Aldridge up on top. 6 to shoot. Timeout. Dallas calls timeout. The score is tied at 56. Just 4 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Correa, that's a 2-pointer. He got it!
Wow!
He caught it!
Man, that was unbelievable.
And he wins it at the buzzer.
Was that for real? Did I just see that?
So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge.